Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leanne. I'm about to start my day. It's early in the morning. I just wanted to talk about manifesting before the holidays because I've been seeing a lot of people, saying they want to manifest their specific person or, money or whatever it is before Christmas. And you can do that. You absolutely can do that. However, I find when you're trying to manifest something on a time crunch, it really can cause a lot of stress, a lot of resistance because you have that need for it. But once you realize and keep reminding yourself that no, I already have everything that I want, I don't have to actually manifest anything or create anything, you're going to see things unfolding really fast. Sorry, my light is kind of light here, so it might end up going out. But I just wanted to hop on here, while this was on my mind because, I see a lot of people that are going through things and very stressed out and feeling the need that, I need it now, 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 and this is going to make me happy. But once you really embrace the fact that you already have everything, you already are happy. Like, okay, think of it as if, you're up here and you're watching yourself on a movie. And you're watching yourself going through all these things, but you're like, okay, I know the ending, I know that everything's going to work out. And so that's what I mean. Like, you're already happy, but your physical self is just playing out this role, this movie, this narrative that you have created, that you have or declared, for yourself, because there are many different versions of you, right? So right now you're um, in alignment, I guess, to the you that doesn't have what you want. And by continuing to declare that, like, I don't have it, I need it, I want it, um, you're never gonna get it, you know, because you have to have that assumption. Now, I have seen people that say, even when I was upset, I still got it. So this is BS and blah, blah, blah. And I get that. But deep inside, you had this assumption that, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cry and it's still going to come to me. And you had that subconscious assumption, whether you believe it or not, because you know that that's who you really are. You know, like I mentioned one of my videos, like, if you really believe that if you like if you jump up on one foot, and I don't know, spin around, and you believe that if you do that 5 times you're going to get what you want, then you really will. Like, if you really believe it, like, that's why when people, they have like a lucky charm, and they say, like, every time I go to bingo and I have this lucky charm in my hand, I win. And they do win. It's because it's an assumption. They assume they're going to win when they have this lucky charm. So if they don't have the lucky charm anymore, inside they're going to assume that they're going to lose because they need that lucky charm. Do you get what I mean? So it's really what you assume. So if you assume that it's hard, it's going to be hard to get what you want. If you assume that it's easy and you have everything that you want, it's going to come easy. That's why you see some people that are so successful, because they really believe that, okay, you know what? I get up at 5 in the morning, I start my day, I do this, everything is like on a schedule, and they believe that all this energy, and I mean, it's true, like, they are actually putting energy and work into it, but they believe that that is going to create their success. And so it does come. And when I started on this journey, I understood it. I really did. And I'm sure most of you that are on the manifesting community, you really do understand what needs to be done or not done, how this really works, but how do you really get to it? Because it's difficult. And I completely get that, because I was the same way, like I understood what had to be done, but I still had that, that doubt, that resistance inside, that fear, because I knew that I needed this. It's like if you have bills to pay, no food in your fridge, you know that you absolutely need this money. You do right now, right? Like in your physical reality. But when you really embrace this and you truly understand it all, and you will get there, stay on this path of, learning and just realizing and being who you were, meant to be or created to be, you're going to see things shifting in a way that it might surprise you, like, okay, wait, I didn't really need that money because it was there. It was already there. I just needed to lift this veil of, okay, this fear and this resistance, and know that, okay, it's already sitting here and I just had to allow it in. Now, I know you might say, okay, that just sounds stupid. Hear me out though. Because if you really do believe this, then things are going to unfold for you. Like in ways that you might not even know. Like you might have this lottery ticket that you bought and all of a sudden you win and you have enough to pay your bills, somebody might give you a gift, like, oh, I was thinking about you, or they won money and they just wanted to give you some money, like it actually happened to me. I had somebody who ended up getting like a back pay of something, and because I was there for them all the time, they actually just gave me $500. And I was like, wow, that's really nice, and it was unexpected. But one of my affirmations is money flows to me easily and effortlessly from many different sources. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you really truly embrace and just like, nah, man, I already get everything that I want. Everything is already mine. You're gonna start seeing things coming in ways that you did not expect. Just like if you see a person that always behaves a certain way, and you just assume, what, that's how they are, they're never going to change. Well, then they won't change. They're always going to be that way. But if you start telling yourself, no, this is my world, nobody has free will, they're not going to behave like this towards me because I'm not going to have it, and be in that conviction. It's not being arrogant, or cocky. It's just, this is your reality. It's like if you play a game, why would you have your character fumble and fall in mud all the time and, get hit by cars or, gamble away all their money? Why would you do it? You wouldn't. You want your character to look good, to feel good, to act good, to get all the fun stuff, and you're collecting all these goodies and points and stuff like that. So you are the character. So yeah, I mean, once you really realize this, like I did, it just clicked one day. I thought I was doing it right. I thought that, oh yeah, okay, I know how it works now, and I do know how it works, but I'm still human, and so sometimes it's like, okay, well, this is just not working out the way I want, but I know how it works. I know the techniques, but no, it really did click one day, and you're going to see this if you stay on this path. And I was like, oh man, okay, I get it now, because I felt a different way. And then everything just started being wonderful around me, And I get that it's hard, when you're in the middle of it. If you have a bill to pay tomorrow, or you're going to have your electricity shut off, for example, I get it. You're going to be panicking. It's normal, But when you really just go within, and you know what? It always works out. I had a friend that bought a house through the owner. This was many years ago. and they had given her a little bit of a down payment. It wasn't a lot, but it was a little bit of a down payment, and they were like, well, her and her husband were paying monthly, you know, kind of like paying towards the mortgage. Anyways, and they had, I think it was like 10 years or something, and then after that they had to give like a big lump sum of money to buy this house. My friend wasn't thinking about it at the time because, oh, I got 10 whole years. Well, it came down to, it was about a month before. I'm not even kidding. And she was panicking and she was telling me, I don't know what the hell we're going to do. We have to give this big amount of money. I think it was like 30 grand or something, to buy the house, or they could lose the house. And I was like, oh my God. And I didn't know about the law of assumption, law of attraction, none of that back then. And I was like stressed for her, you know, like, oh my goodness, like, what are you going to do? Anyways, she always, like, things always fell into her lap. It was really strange. And so I guess she just believed that it's going to work out somehow, because she really wasn't worrying too much. Like, she was concerned, but she wasn't like panicking about it, you know, whereas most of us would be like, you know, running around like chickens with our heads cut off. Anyways, she told her husband to just go to the bank and get a loan for this. They weren't sure if they were going to get it because I think he was only working part-time or something like that, or he was in between jobs. And anyways, so yeah, like, he obviously didn't have the funds, you know, like to pay a big loan, and she had terrible credit, so she couldn't take the loan. But she told her husband anyway, just go for it, you know, I feel like we're gonna get it. Sure enough, they got it, and they had, like, I think, I don't know, it was like maybe 3 days before the deadline, and the home was theirs after that. And it was like, oh my God, like, and I used to say to her, like, everything, like, it's like you have a horseshoe up your butt. Like, you're so lucky, you know, everything always comes your way. And I get it now. It's because that's what she feels. Now imagine, most of us would say, I don't know how it's going to happen. You know, like, I have 10 days and this is not going to work out. It doesn't matter. I've heard of people that applied for housing and they said, no, you know, you don't qualify. And so, of course, the person gave up, right? But then I've heard of other people that they didn't accept that. And they were like, no, I'm just going to keep trying, and I'm going to, you know, talk to them, and, you know, whatever it is that they did. And then they ended up changing their mind, you know. And I don't know if it was like they gave the person who was supposed to get it, they backed out of it or something, and this person was next on the list. And I can't remember the story, but anyways, so things work out in ways that you might not even know how, and you shouldn't know how. We don't know the how, because if we try and control the how, then you're not just allowing, you know, you're not allowing things to just come to you how they're supposed to. You're trying to control how, and that's not how you're going to get things faster, you know, because we're limiting our beliefs. We're limiting ourselves to, okay, I can only get this money if I win that lottery ticket. There's no other way, right? Well, now, because you have that assumption, well, then the person who might have, you know, been wanting to give you money for a long time, they're going to be blocked out because you have the assumption you can only win with that lottery ticket. So do you get what I mean? There are infinite ways that you can get this money. Infinite. You could have, I don't know, entered a contest like 3 years before, you know, and all of a sudden, like, you forgot about it, and then now is when they're you know, calling out the winners, and you happen to be the winner. You know, if you really truly stick with that belief, the knowing that everything comes to you, you have everything already, you're going to see it in your 3D, and not stress about it. So anyways, yeah, things can come in ways, you know. I mean, I had an ex that was living with somebody new. And it was, I think, like 2 years after we separated. Um, but we got back together because I just had that assumption that, they want to still be with me. So, yeah, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody, like I had somebody, a client that had said, well, he's not going to come back because he's supposed to get married to this other person. And I was like, they're not going to get married. They won't get married. That's the thing. Things will happen in your favor, but you have to truly believe that you are chosen. You are the priority. You are the only one. Nobody can replace you. You're irreplaceable. But if you feel like he doesn't love you enough, he loves somebody else, he's going to be with somebody else, well, then that's going to be the reality. Because as soon as you declare it, that moment, the now, that's the reality that you're in. So start today. Start declaring right now. I am the priority. I am chosen. Nobody can replace me. Nobody is better than me. There's another coach that says that, nobody is better than me. I like that one. Money flows to me in many different ways. I have perfect health. I've always been healthy. I've always been the weight that I want to be. I've always been the best version of me. I've always been successful. I mean, you can even say to yourself, I've always come from money. I've always come from wealth. Even if you haven't, it doesn't matter. It's because if you keep recreating that story of I've always been poor, since I was little, like we always struggled, and no, because you're just repeating that story. You can revise it, believe it or not. So tell yourself, I've always come from wealth. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to start remembering your childhood where you lived in a mansion. That's not how it works. I mean, hey, it's possible that it could, but from my experience, when I revise things, it just means that things are going to start shifting now, right now, to match that, to match what you're saying, what you're believing. So like if I say I've always come from wealth, then I'm going to start just seeing money and gifts and things coming to me now as if I've always had this money. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, so I want you all to have a beautiful day. Try not to stress yourself. I know a lot of people, like I mentioned in the beginning, want to manifest like before Christmas. You can. If you just declare, I already have it. It's already mine. But be relaxed about it. Don't feel the stress, because there is no future. So if you're saying, I'm going to manifest it by Christmas and be that anxiousness, then it's like you're waiting for it to come, to eventually come when you already have it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, like me, I know this is a stupid analogy. I'm so tired. I can't even think right now. But okay, I have glasses on. So it's like if I say, oh, I'm going to get glasses. I'm going to have it by tomorrow. I'm going to have my glasses by tomorrow. But it's like, no, I already have them. So that's the thing. You want to just feel as if it's already your reality. I know it was the dumbest analogy. Forgive me, I can't think today. But you can just don't say I'm going to get it by Christmas, because you're putting it in the future. Just tell yourself, I already have it now. I already have it now. I have everything that I want right now, right now, right now, right now, right this second, right this second. It's mine. That is mine. That person is mine. They belong to me. Nobody else has them. They're mine, because you know what? This is my reality. I'm the avatar. I'm creating my characters, if you want. So my character wants only me. And this large amount of money is already in my bank account. I'm not even worrying about it. All my bills are already paid. Like if you're stressed about, large amounts of money, just say to yourself, all my bills are paid. I have everything that I need in life. everything that I want. You know, I always have a full belly. I have a roof over my head. I'm happy. That's it. I'm happy, 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 happy. Because you have to have your own happiness inside before you can see it outside. And I know it sounds like a stupid cliche, but if you think about it, like attracts like. So wherever your focus is what you're going to see manifest outside of you. So if you don't love yourself or be, happy about things or tell yourself I'm happy, you're probably going to see it manifest outside in a way that you don't want. So if I say like, oh, this person doesn't love me, or I never get anything, like misery loves company kind of thing, then that's what I'm going to see. Everything's going to go to shit, but if you just declare it. My light went out. I just noticed this. Like, I don't know how long it's been out. I have to charge it. Anyways. You have everything you want already. Stop stressing. And stop putting it in the future. You don't need it by Christmas because it's already yours. It's yours now. Anyways, have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful holiday. I love you all. You all deserve the best. I'll see you in the next